This is the Hypothetically Sound podcast,
hosted by Alec, Randy, and Xavier,
where we take a hypothetical look at the world around us,
exploring the what ifs, maybes, and how comes.
Join in on the unfiltered, raw, and real conversations
as we explore the world around us.
Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. My name is Alec, and today I'm joined, as always, by my other host,
Randy.
I know it's a little weird for me to start it off, so I understand that you were a little hesitant on that one.
I was confused. I didn't know what was happening. My whole day is shifted.
Anyways, today we're going to continue the Apple music. We got a lot to go. We're at 87, and that's Massive Attack's Blue Lines.
Yeah, that is.
Have you heard anything about Massive Attack, Ren?
Not a single thing.
Me neither.
This album list.
Yeah, I had no idea who they were. They're from the UK, I believe, and that kind of, makes sense to me because I don't listen to a lot of UK music.
Yeah.
They're categorized as trip hop.
Yeah.
Do
you know what it is? You want me to tell you?
Yeah, please.
I actually have notes on it. Yeah, trip hop is a musical genre that originated with Massive Attack in 1991. It has been described as a psychedelic fusion of hip-hop and electronica with slow tempos, often incorporating elements of jazz, soul, funk, reggae, dub, R&B, and other forms of electric music, as well as samplings from movie soundtracks and other electrical sources.
Okay.
Yeah, I took notes on this band after.
All right. Glad one of us did.
I was just so interested in them that I had to make sure they were real.
No, that's fine. That's very, very fair.
I will preference this after doing my research. They are 100% on this list because they are regarded as the
originators
group that originated trip hop. Is only reason they are on this list. Only reason.
Yeah, I would probably agree.
They have they have 5 members: Daddy G, 3D, Tricky, Mushroom, and then 2 singers, Shara Nelson and Horace Andy. So they're a pretty decently sized group. But yeah, you ready to just get into it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We start with Safe Haven or Safe from Harm. Sorry, Safe from Harm.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
So again, I didn't really know who they were. I saw trip hop and I thought I understood trip hop a little bit, but apparently I was wrong because this was like nothing I was expecting. It's pretty mellow, but it's super easy to zone out to.
Yeah.
And probably not in a good way. It's a long track. It's 5 minutes. Just so you know, this is a 9-track album, but it's 45 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is a 5-minute track, which is again a theme of this album is just long tracks. The vocals of this song in particular were pretty good. There were a few parts I didn't like, but otherwise, again, I zoned out. It was about a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with you. Like I said, I did research after I listened to the full album. So my first reaction from Safe from Harm was, yep, this is definitely a 90s hip-hop electric sound song. I thought the beat was the best part of the song. I said that it sounds like it would have been used or should have been used it maybe was used in Blade. That's what I pictured as I was just listening to the song was, yeah, this would have been in a fight scene or a club scene for Blade. If they would have kept Blade 1 as how they wanted to do all the Blades moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would have pictured them to use going forward.
Yeah, it's fair.
I gave it a 4 out of 10 though. While I said all these things about it, it just wasn't anything special. Obviously I'm a hater of electric music. I guess you can call me a hater. But yeah, it just wasn't anything ground shaking or anything. So I gave it a 4 out of 10.
It's fair.
Then we move to track number 2 of 9, which is One Love. My notes for this are pretty simple. Wasn't for me. It sounded very gimmicky to me. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
That's funny because I also put that like it started and I instantly knew it was not for me. It's kind of sound like somebody was trying to do music for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever was on that track, he shows up again, and I do not like him.
The singer, that is Horace Andy.
I'm not sure if it's the string singer or the rap. Either way, I wasn't a fan of the man.
Nope, it is Horace Andy. He is the only person credited with musician on track 2.
Okay, so yeah, him. Dude, I don't like him. He comes up later. I learned that it's part of him. The beat was also really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also 5 minutes of that. It's bad. It's just not good. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I wasn't as harsh, but
yeah, I wasn't a fan. And then so we move to, interestingly enough, the first track that Massive Attack is credited as musicians on the album. So the first one is Shar and Nelson. Second track was Horace Andy. This is the rap group Massive Attack's first track. It is called Blues Lines, so it obviously is their namesake of the album. What did you think of Blue Lines?
Title track, obviously, the beat was good. That's about it. Like, I guess the rapping isn't too bad, but it felt really amateurish.
Mm-hmm.
And like they worked well together, I guess. And after listening to One Love, like maybe it was just like better in my ears because it wasn't just One Love. So I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10.
So yeah, Blue Lines, man. Not gonna lie, I tried to listen to the song, but I zoned out. I just zoned out of the song too many times. Clearly not my style. Like I still found the music gimmicky. Like it was very 90s gimmicky to me. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
Then we move to track 4, which again features a different only musician on the track named Tony Bryan. This track is called "Be Thankful for What You've Got."
Yeah, it's a cover actually.
Mm-hmm.
And unironically, the best song on the album for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I enjoyed the cover. I thought he did a really good job. It sounded very like it was very similar to the original. It is William Devon's 1974 hit "Be Thankful for What You Got" is an R&B song.
Mm.
So, yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good soul song.
So did not know it was covered. Still not going to change what I thought about it. It makes some of my notes make a little more sense to me. Very dated sound. So if it's covered, they probably try to copy what.
Oh, it sounds
was.
very similar. No, it sounds like I'm pretty sure they used like almost the same beat.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar.
Thought it doesn't age well. As a person listening to it the first time in 2024, didn't think it aged well. Not a fan of Tony Bryan's vocals on the track, or any of the vocals I've heard so far. Wasn't the biggest fan. I still think the music's cheesy. Like the first 4 songs, I just thought the music was cheesy. I gave it a 4 out of 10. And I'm probably being a little harsh on the album, but like these were my initial thoughts, and I'm gonna stick with them. I haven't listened to any of it ever again since I listened to this like probably a week ago, 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think my mind would change because I've had no urge to go back and like see if I feel the same way. Which moves us to track number 5, 5 Man Army, which is another Massive Attack group song. What'd you think?
It's all right. It's better than the other originals up to this point. It's not as good as the cover, in my opinion. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought for the first time this was a nice little funky song. I thought it was better than the rest so far. I did drop the score. I gave it a 6 out of 10 when I wrote those notes. And then I wrote an additional note, should have ended at 3 minutes. Dropped it to a score of 5. So got a 5 out of 10 for me. And at one point was a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, a lot of these songs are just way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Way too long.
Then we move to track number 6, which is Unfinished Symphony featuring Sarah Nelson again. What do you think?
It reminded me a lot of the first song of this album. Although I didn't zone out on this one. And I think maybe it's because it felt more like a video game track, I guess. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. I also gave this a 6.5 out of 10.
No, fair. That is definitely a fair score. It's been hard. This album is interesting. I guess. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And, like, obviously I haven't enjoyed it immensely so far. Especially with this track, I feel like they, as a group, may influence a lot of one-hit wonder hip-hop artists in the 90s. I found at least this song to be very 90s commercial hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
I said when I heard it, it made me think of movie music, and clearly that is part of what trip hop was. They took a lot of stuff from movies and television, so it made sense that for the first time, when I ever say this, it makes sense that I'm hearing movie music. And I just said it's just not my favorite offshoot style of hip hop. I did enjoy the beat and vocals in this song more than previously. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Which moves us to track 7 of 9. Daydreaming, which is Massive Attack's last group song. What did you think?
Yeah, so like this cemented that the rapping and stuff on this album is like something. It feels so high school lunchroom / talent show ish.
Mm-hmm.
And same with like the quality and the beat. And so I understand it's an older album and all that, but like it just felt really talent show. Like you walked into a middle school or something, right?
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get over it. Like I gave it a 5.5, but
Mm-hmm. You were nice. I said clearly I knew at this point that they weren't on every track. Because I said when the guys hop on the track, I really start disliking it. And I don't know what it is. If I didn't like their flow, if I didn't like their voices, I didn't like it. And then listen to this song. This song is, to me, what Lonely Island was making fun of when they make fun of like music. Like it's like they listened to this and were like, we can make fun of that and copy that. And that's what they did. I gave this song a 2 out of 10. I really didn't like it. I did put a note in that I thought whoever the female vocal was in this track, because no one's listed, was the vibe the creator of The Fifth Element was going for. Her vocal remind me of the singing in The Fifth Element.
Mm.
Which moves us to track number 8. Only one track left after this. Track 8 is called Lately, and is the last track of Sahara Nelson. What did you think?
I actually liked this one. I thought the beat was funky. The vocals blended well. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
I agree. I said this is when this band is at their best, when they follow traditional trip hop and allow because also note of trip hop is this female vocals being the focal point. So I said when they allow the female vocal to work on a solid beat, it actually does work and it sounds good. And this song is a prime example of what they should have done more of. I gave it a 6 out of 10, which I think is my highest rated on the album.
Mm.
Which moves us to the final track on the album, Hymn of the Big Wheel. What did you think?
Yeah, it's the longest track on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just some badass, like not bad, like it is bad, comma, ass noise. Okay, it is fucking trash, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it was long. I gave it a 4 out of 10, but remembering this shit, I should have gave it lower, honestly. Like I fucking hated this. I think I was just happy to be done, so it got a higher rating. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog. Like I think it got a higher rating just because I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy this is the last track type deal, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. I think at this point with the final track, I was just so like non-caring about their style and their sound that I wrote interesting final song. I did, I guess, think this was the best sound of Horace Andy on the album of his 3 songs. And I gave the song a 5 out of 10.
That was nice of you.
Yeah, thank you. Like I get trip hop. I think trip hop could work. Like I don't mind blending genres and styles and sounds. I just don't think Massive Attack is good at it. Like you said, it sounds like a bunch of high schoolers who and this is their first studio album. So this is the first time making this music. Or at least studio wise. And so they were trying to maybe find their sound. Not everybody hits their sound on the first try, but it sounds like a bunch of kids who were trying to do something and did it okay. But since it was new and different, people ate it up. But overall, like I said, they are on this list because of being the inventors of trip hop, being the originators, getting such a following in the UK. I personally am not a fan of the album. I gave the album a 3.5 out of 10. I will be surprised if there is a lower score in the list. I would be surprised.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. I can't recommend this thing either. It's pretty bad. To me, it's not as bad as I'm trying to remember Burial. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Untrue.
Yeah.
Definitely not as bad as that.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's close. It's close.
The only thing that saved this album from being a complete like 1 or 2 is the female vocals. Like I enjoyed her sound. And like I said, with the one song where they did it very well, that was a bonus to the album. Like that is what they should have strived for. But like you said, and like Horace Andy wasn't great on some of the songs he did.
All of them.
The Massive Attack in general, when they the originators, the what you would think were the actual talent on this album, they just didn't sound
today,
good.
Junior, goddamn.
I am taking a page from Biden. Don't make fun of my stuttering, okay? But no, like they just when they got on the track, I really didn't like it. So there's no way I could give this album anywhere near close to a 5. And like I said, if it wasn't for the female artist, I wouldn't have given this a 3. I probably would have given this a 1. Like that's how much I dislike it. I wouldn't recommend it ever to anybody to listen. Even if you want to know what trip hop is, go find someone else who does it better.
Yeah. Big fair.
What did you think? Sorry, I overtook the album.
Like I said, I gave it a 5.5. It's just shit.
Okay. Just make sure I didn't overtake you and not let you.
No, it's fine. It's just not that good. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's pretty bad. You're more passionate about it than I was. Clearly, you like to hate on things. You're a certified hater. Me, I just move on.
Yeah, true.
I'm also a certified hater, but like at this, like I'm never listening to this shit again. So like I don't give a fuck, right? Like honestly though, if you ever kidnap me and want like ransom money from me specifically, like out of my bank account, Burial and this bad boy on repeat, I'll fucking kill myself. Oh my god!
Just go through this list and find all the songs that we rated 2 or lower, and just play them back to back. Like we're
me. I've never rated something that low. Okay, let me just tell you.
Someday there'll be a 0.
You gotta be like you know Miles, but serious level of like dog shit for me to rate it to. So
No, fair.
and if we find that on the top 100 list, I'm quitting.
The last episode.
Actually, I might have rated it a 2 on fucking burial. I'll be honest with you.
That just it wasn't for me. Like I can see people liking it. Please explain why and give me like some bullet points. But I can see people liking it.
I can't. Only people that are like pretend to like it because they want to be different. I'll be real.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. People be doing that. It's crazy. But you know what people do like, Alec?
No.
Shout outs.
Why don't you shout out today? I started this episode. We're backwards.
Okay,
You do your shout out today. Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna shout out everybody who was a fan of the original MCU movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, so the Blades and the Hawks and the movies like that. You are the reason Marvel is what it is today because we enjoyed those movies so much that we forced them to take it seriously.
Okay, yeah, I guess. That would be true.
Outs.
Huh?
I never make fun of your shout outs.
I never made fun of your shout out. What? I just said,
I feel like you're disapproving father.
No, it was good. You did good. It was a good shout out. Yeah, shout out to everybody that likes the movies that people say are shit.
Yeah. Spawn.
Good movie, honestly. I don't think I've ever met someone who didn't like Spawn. To be fair,
You have good people then in your life. Too many people I know think it's shit.
Why? Because the main actor is black? What the fuck? What's wrong with it?
They just don't like they were like I think people didn't see it when it first came out, rewatch it and don't think the like production holds up.
Yeah, I hate people like that. People are dumb.
Like you remember, there's a '90s movie with '90s.
You don't watch a fucking movie made in '90s or early 2000s and be like, "Wow, this looks awful. I can't believe we thought this was even good back then." Like, yeah, it was good back then because that was our limit,
right? It's like people who go back and see old Madden or old football games and like, oh, how did we ever play this?
Because you just did
for the time. Like NFL 2K, 04 and 05 were amazing football games for the time. Like they were ahead of their time, and that people forget it because we have realistic games now. Like, if anything, we're behind the times now. Like we ain't advancing anymore. That's not true either. That's not true at all.
Well, when it comes to sports games, definitely
ain't. We have plateau in our sports games.
Plateau? You're going downhill, bro. They took away reflections off of the court in 2K. What do you mean? They don't care no more.
True. It's about money.
It is about money. Anyways, we're going on a tangent here. This is about music.
But yeah, that's the end of the episode because we're clearly not caring about who do we listen to? Massive Attack anymore. We thank you if you made it through this episode. As always, you can find us on all of the social media sites at Hypothetically Sound. We are on every podcast site as well under Hypothetically Sound. Make sure you go on back and listen to everyone we've done before this. And until next time, have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye.
Fucking Massive Attack, never again. Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.